doesn't need to be done. But what, I mean, Julie, what kind of reform to you makes sense?
Well, the Congressional Ethics Office, if you remember, was actually set up in the wake of Jack Abramoff.
2008.
Right, and all of the conflicts there. And they have done some very good work on both sides of the aisle. You know, to me, the House cannot police its own.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. You can't ask.
I agree.
You can't any more than any of us can really police each other, because we're colleagues. We like each other. We have to work with each other. It's hard to do. You need an outsider to do it. And so I have to listen. I don't compliment Donald Trump a lot, but I will today. I think what he did was incredibly effective, because when you have people like Paul Ryan and Kevin McCarthy, who've been in the swamp of D.C. for a very long time, who supposedly did not agree with this abolishment of the Congressional Ethics Office, but nevertheless went along with it. And then you have Donald Trump coming in and saying, whoa, 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 you know what? What are you doing? And he was right to do that. Good for him.
Whoa. So, by the way,
Julie,
one of the things you would lose if you got rid of the OCE is the fact that whenever they would come up with evidence against a member, they would disseminate that. Well, then you wouldn't be getting that information, not only the American people, but other lawmakers on Congress.
I think this highlights two things. I think it highlights the ambitious agenda that we are seeing as we do see this transfer. And two, I think it continues to show, as you're pointing out, Joe, Donald Trump is showing all those Americans that backed him, supported him all the way, voted for him. It shows them, I've still got your back. I'm not going to just fall in line with whatever is expected here in Washington. I'm going to be the man you put in office to stand up for you.
He stays away from the political rhetoric. You know, President-elect Trump is always going to be President-elect Trump. He will say things that we're going to step back and go, whoa. But then he's also going to have an impact on what's going on, and it opens people's eyes. Yeah. Take this into consideration. Take that into consideration. It's what happened with Ford today. A very interesting situation.
Very interesting, yeah.
You know,
so
all of a sudden now they're not going to build cars in Mexico. They're going to build them up online on Detroit, which means more jobs, which means opportunities.
Yep.
You know, and people say, oh, it's only 700 jobs. It's 700 that weren't in this country.
Yeah, and
you have to start
extrapolate that among families that may be attached to those now working members within those households potentially. Sure. Very interesting. So I just want to kind of put a fine point on this, because I think people will hear us talking about ethics and wonder, why is that such a big deal? The fact that people don't want you to know what they're doing on Capitol Hill and they happen to be in your own party, that's what Donald Trump stood up to today.
There's one more thing that I think is very interesting. Shortly before he put out his tweet, Kellyanne Conway put out a tweet siding with the Republicans who tried to abolish this office, and then Trump came out and a few minutes later said no, no, no. You know, what's unclear to me about what Trump did, though, is whether he opposes the abolishing of the office or just abolishes the timing of the office, the timing of the act to abolish the office.
Now that time will tell.
Right, time will tell that. But I hope that it's the former. I hope he really understands how important it is to reestablish confidence that the American public needs to have on both sides of the aisle and what goes on the Hill. This office is crucial. And if people understood and had worked on the Hill and understood exactly how toxic the environment there is, where one hand washes the other,
they can imagine.
I think they can imagine how important this office is. They'd understand why abolishing it is absolutely the wrong.
I mean, the office finds something on somebody and it can get to the end of it and it can make that public. Without that office, would we know much of what we know about members on the Hill? All right, we'll move on. President Obama's closest advisor claims more than the last or over the past 8 years, her boss has not had any scandals. But what about Benghazi, the IRS targeting of conservative groups, and the payment to Iran for American hostages? Well, we'll get into it. And after the show, when the TV version of us goes to sleep, we wake up live online at foxnews.com/outnumbered. Tap the Overtime tab, or you can go to Facebook, and we'll pop up there, Facebook Live. Our handle is OutnumberedFNC. And tweet us anytime you want. I think even Joe will tweet. Will you tweet? Look at you with your phone out. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
We believe at New Day USA, we have a noble purpose. We want to be known as America's mortgage company for veterans and active duty service people, and give that veteran the empathy, the respect, the dignity, and the deference that they deserve. People are doing hard, arduous, difficult, dangerous things. Some of them are giving their lives right now today for the freedoms that we have here in this country. It's a noble service, and that's what we're all about.
It's a new day for veterans who want to lower their monthly payment.
That's me.
The New Day 100 VA loan lets you refinance your mortgages, consolidate your credit card debt, get cash, and lower your payments an average of $640 a month. New Day will even pay for your appraisal.
That's me.
As a vet, you've earned the right to apply for a home loan that's VA guaranteed. For veterans who want to refinance, that can mean a lot.
That's me.
Call New Day USA now, 1-855-571-5126.
Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your no-cost MRI review.
I was suffering with pain really bad to the point where I couldn't even stand up straight. Now, I can do everything that I did prior to my back injury. I can play with my kids. I can go bike riding, soccer, football, fishing. Changes your whole life.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-844-331-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
When your pain reliever stops working, your whole day stops.
Try this.
But just one Aleve has the strength to stop pain for 12 hours. Tylenol and Advil can quit after 6. So live your whole day, not part, with 12-hour Aleve.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay. Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deals.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Call 800-756-5346. 800-756-5346.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Ford, giving drivers the most 5-star ratings. And award-winning value from Kelley Blue Book. That's how you become America's best-selling brand.